everybody, and welcome to Vinyltreasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Saturday, only here on YouTube. We're also live on the Oldies and More stream. Want to welcome you to the January 25th, wow, January 25th, 2025 Vinyltreasure show. We're almost done with the month of January on this, actually we call it balmy here, 23 degrees and clear here on this Saturday night. So welcome to the Vinyltreasure show. We're here from 9 p.m. till midnight. We'll be a little later than that, but we're here for the next 3 hours. Got some all requests for tonight's show, except that instrumental that I opened up with. But so sit back, tell your friends about it. If you're new to the program here, those of you tuned in on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. It's always good to do that, so you'll get a notification when Johnny G goes live. But we opened up tonight with this instrumental by a group called the Chi-Tans, and this is their debut single on Monty Bruce's Power record label out of New York City, with the song titled BMT Special. And you know what BMT stands for? It stands, this came out in April of 54. So it refers to the Brooklyn Manhattan Transit Subway System. That's what it refers to. And it features saxophonist there, Chester Dixon. And this is on Power number 106. Which, if you're filing by label, this really should be filed with your Bruce records, because this is a Bruce number. So I don't know what they did. So some of these Power releases were like, a couple record companies have done that. So, you know, they have they put out a different label. I think Monty Bruce and a couple of the other guys bought this label. I forget from who. And then they just, I guess, commingled it. But they have another release, I think a Bruce 110 that came out in August of 54. But this was their debut from April 54. The Chi-Tans on Power BMT Special is the name of the group. They also provided instrumentation to the harp tones that recorded for the Bruce label. Then when 1956 ended, they went to Zell Sanders' J&S record label as the Chi-Tone 5, and they were kind of like the backup band, the house band there for the J&S record label, backing up many of the acts. But there you go, from April 54, the Chi-Tans on Power with BMT Special. Well, let's start it off here. The vocal portion here got an up-tempo tune to open up tonight. This is for listener Tommy Albergo. We go to George Goldner's Resurrected G record label for this release. Came out in the fall of 1955. Now, this group is from Queens, New York. They kicked off the Red and Black G record label. This was G number 1000. And their debut single, written by second tenor of the group, Berman Patterson, and a mob gangster gets the other writer credit. His name, Tommy Vastola. Had no business writing this song, but dual leads on this. Herbie Cox and Berman Patterson are doing the leads. It's with the great Jimmy Wright and his orchestra, and this is a request for Tommy Albergo. November 55, we open up with the Cleftones on G. It's called You Baby You for Tommy.
Wop, 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 well, you captured me, my baby, can't you see, that's the way I want it to be, I feel so free, everyone now looks at me, walks my baby down the street, my heart's good to beat, well, now I know, I really love you so, everyone in this world should know, I love you. now looks at me. Walks my baby down the street. My heart skips a beat. Well, now I know I really love you so. Everyone in this world should know that I love you, you love me. That's the way it should always be. Oh, yes. I feel so free. Everyone now looks at me. Walks my baby down the street. My heart skips a beat. Well, now I know I really love you so. Everyone in this world should know that I love you, you love me. That's the way it should always be. Oh, yes.
Yeah, we open up the vocal portion there with the great Cleftones. Cleftones from November 1955. That's their debut single on George Goldner's G record label, You Baby You, a record you used to hear on New York radio back in the 1970s and into the 80s. CBS FM would play that in the afternoon. Then it stopped. Then it was just heard on Don K. Reed's Doowop Shop. Norman Knight would play it. A lot of the oldie stations would play it, but no more. Now you got to go to Sirius, or you got to go to a podcast of some sort, or right here to Johnny G's Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go for Tommy Albergo. And Darren, Record Hound, a.k.a. Darren, in our YouTube chat room mentioned, yes, I did play the Cleftones, a 78 on the 78 show on Thursday afternoon that I was late for. And I was bombarded, I will tell you, I was bombarded with lots of emails and suggestions for the show. I never said I was going to, never said I wanted to give up the show. But I just always seem to fall short in the time that I need to prepare for the show. So, and some people had some really great ideas. They said, do the majority of the people tune into the program on the archive? And I have to say, probably so, but that's like worldwide, and they're just not in this time zone, and it's too early or too late for them to be up. So I wanted to do like a day show for people in other countries to be able to tune into the program live. That was the whole idea of doing it. So, geez, if I could be on like at noon or something, then I would do that. But I just can't from the show prior. And I can't give up the Wednesday night show because I have an obligation here on Oldies and More Radio. But somebody was like, well, you can tape it anytime. I said, no, but it's, a lot of people get enjoyment out of the chat room. I know I do. So I said that wasn't going to happen. So I decided to move it to 3, and only because this show is expanding. This show is, I've gotten as much as 1,700 views on this show, this Saturday night show, and even the Soul show has exploded also. So those shows have gotten bigger, and not everybody tunes in on a Saturday night, but they definitely do tune in sometime during the week, and sometimes they don't have time to listen to the entire show, but you can always go back to the show. And again, YouTube only registers one IP address each time you go to the show, so it doesn't click each time the same person goes there 10 times. That's how they keep track of it. So the show has grown, this show has grown immensely, and that show is growing too. Some people thanking me for playing those 1940s songs that they don't hear really. Yeah, they are. Some are, you got to go looking for them on YouTube, but to see them and to hear them, and see the original thing, I think it's a pip for some people. I know it is for me, but that's my decision. So it's still going to be 2 weeks, but it's going to be at 3. We'll see how that goes. But that is my decision. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, we count down the music chronologically here on a Saturday night and also on that Thursday afternoon show. We are in the year, let's open up here, or let's start it off with 1952. This is this group from Washington, D.C. They are a favorite here on the Vinyltreasure show, and this is a request for listener Big Dave Swinger, who is in our YouTube chat room. They had 4 releases for the RCA record label. This is their third. It features Robert Evans on lead from April 52. Let's give a listen to the Heartbreakers on RCA. Their tune is called Why Don't I? For Big Dave.
Why don't I just forget you? Why don't I admit we are through? Why keep on crying now that we're apart? Sighing or crying never helped a broken heart. Why don't I take my heart broken and amend it with somebody new? If you wonder why don't I? It's because I'm still in love with you. Why don't I just forget you? Why don't I admit we're through? If you wonder why don't I? It's because I'm still in love with you. I'm still in love with you.
There you go. That's going out to Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat room. That's the great sound of the Heartbreakers there. Robert Evans and the Heartbreakers from April 52. Their third of 4 for the RCA record label. Why Don't I is the name of the tune. I'm not going to answer the question. As we stay in 1952, we go to Baltimore, Maryland now with this request for listener Frank Chingaro in our YouTube chat room, as this is the group's debut single on Jerry Blaine's Jubilee record label. Now, the group included bass Henry Abrams, baritone David Jones, second tenor Johnny Page, and lead singer Louis Buster Banks. Collectively, they were known as the Marylanders, and this is their first release, their debut single from April 1952, the Marylanders on Jubilee Records for Frank Chingaro. It's called I'm a Sentimental Fool.
I'm a sentimental fool. my love for you. Whenever we meet, my heart skips a beat. Sentimental fool, never lonesome or blue. My darling, 'cause I have you, I'll never be sad, I'll always be glad. Sentimental fool. I need you oh so badly, badly. My heart beats for you madly, madly. My life I'd give you gladly, gladly. Anytime.
But if you ever leave me too,
and never again find home, I'll still wear a smile. I've had you a while. Sentimental fool. I need you oh so badly, badly. My heart beats for you madly, madly. My life I'd give you gladly, gladly. Anytime.
but if you ever leave me too,
and never again find home, I'll still wear a smile. I've had you a while. I'm a sentimental fool.
Here you go. Sounds of 1952 here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. April 52 release there for the Marylanders on the Jubilee record label. I'm a Sentimental Fool. That's their first of 3 for the Jubilee record label. Now, they were discovered by Baltimore disc jockey Bill Franklin. He was on WSID, and he was instrumental with them signing with the Jubilee record label. I think kind of suggested that echo there in the background, and I had to upgrade my copy of that. I think this is Greg Zurich's copy. I think this is his. But anyway, let's move into 1953 now. Let's stay in Baltimore, Maryland. This is a request for David Silberg in our YouTube chat from another group that's a favorite here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. They had 12 releases on the Atlantic record label between 1951 and 1957. Now, David requested their 5th. It features the great Ernie Warren on lead. Let's go to May of 1953 for the sound of the Cardinals on Atlantic. It's called You Are My Only Love, the Cardinals.
You are my only love, but somehow it seems you are my only love, only in my dream. I'm just a lonely man, but still just a same. You are my only love. I hope not in
there's been so many from which I could choose. With you
There's been so many love from which I could tell which I could do.
With you, I've everything to win and nothing to lose. If I could help myself, I know what I'll do. But I can't help myself. It's all up to you, love. That's why my whole life through, you're my only love.
My whole life through.
Here you go, May 1953 release there for the Cardinals. That's probably my worst Cardinal press. Unfortunately, has a little bit of surface noise there. Lots of my Cardinal 45s, they are pretty nice shape. But that one seems to eluded me. I couldn't get a mint copy on that record. But anyway, it's a great tune there. Their fifth release on the Atlantic record label. That's going out to David Silberg in our YouTube chat room. The Cardinals, Ernie Warren and the Cardinals with You Are My Only Love. Welcome all new listeners here to the Vinyltreasure Show. If you are a new listener, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. This is the third show of the week, at least for this week, because there is a 78 show. Lots of people going to that 78 show. The archives are up there, and I don't think, who was it that there's a number of people record this show also in lieu of it being taken down. Now, Mad Music's site was taken down because he had too many copyright strikes. That's how it works with YouTube. I normally don't get copyright strikes as I kind of talk to some people on what records not to play to cause that, but they will shut down my show in midstream, and don't ask me why, because they say they think their AI has identified what they think is a copyright issue, but they seem to let it play. I don't know if they make decisions after. I don't know why. Maybe because they like it, because they run ads and whatnot, but they don't do ads. They would so much want to do ads when I do the show live. But I disallow it. I tell them they can't do it. So anyway, but I haven't, knock on wood, I don't want to jinx myself, but that's when they give you a copy, you only get 3 chances and they'll shut you down if that's the case. But they tell me in the emails I do receive, but they've been good, I have to say. Maybe because now that the subscribers, I've hit over 2,500 now, so the more subscribers you have, they're more lenient with that. That's why subscribing is very important. And Amy tells you in the chat room all the time, your comments and hitting the hearts is very important on when you think some big hits come on, because it kind of distracts the copyright police. Anyway, let us continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Fill a request for listener Bill Schmaltz in our YouTube chat room. He told me he once owned a copy of this 45, but he sold it. He had it on the block print too, which is harder to get on the block print. This group called the Thrillers. Now, they are out of Detroit, but it's funny, this is not the same Thrillers group that recorded on the Thriller label and would later record as the Five Jets. This is a different group. That Five Jets recorded for the Deluxe label. But they were both from, according to Marv Goldberg, that is. That's what he says. And I don't know, Marvin Pod has them together, but Marv Goldberg has them as 2 completely different groups. And it probably would make sense, because 1954, the Five Jets were on Deluxe, and this release is from June of 1954. And this is on Al Silver's Herald record label. This song written by Charlie Singleton and Rosemarie McCoy. So by request for Bill Schmaltz in our YouTube chat room, June 54, the Thrillers on Herald with Elizabeth.
to drink my crazy, foolish self to death. I'm about to drink my crazy, foolish self to death. And it's all because of a gal named Elizabeth. I'm drinking whiskey mixed with gin and black port wine. I'm drinking whiskey mixed with gin and black port wine. And it's all because Elizabeth left town at night. Elizabeth, my darling. Elizabeth, my belle. Elizabeth, I want you and I really need you here. I'm about to drink my crazy, foolish self to death. I'm about to drink my crazy, foolish self to death. And every drink I drink, I think about Elizabeth. I wanna kiss you, baby. I wanna love you, baby. I'm about to drink my crazy, foolish self to death. I'm about to drink my crazy, foolish self to death. And it's all because of a gal named Elizabeth. Darling, won't you hurry home, baby?
There you go. They're called the Thrillers. The Thrillers there from June 1954. It's on the Herald record banner, song entitled Elizabeth. We're going to send that one out to listener Bill Schmaltz in our YouTube chat room there. As we continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, we are in the year 1954. Let's fill a request for listener Casey Hines in Paris for this group that formed while stationed in Germany. I think that was either an Army base or Air Force base out in Germany. Now, the group included first tenor Billy Stewart, second tenor Chuck Rowan, baritone Clyde Rhymes, and bass baritone Vince House. Collectively, they were known as the Rhythm Aces. They signed with Vivian Carter's VJ record label in 1954, and Casey requested their debut single, written by the second tenor of the group, Chuck Rowan. It features Billy Stewart on lead from December of 1954. Here are the Rhythm Aces on VJ Records. It's called I Wonder Why for Casey Hines.
Wonder why. Nobody loves me anymore. Wonder why Cupid never looks at me. Wonder why my heart's not filled with ecstasy. Can it be nobody loves me? Wonder why nobody
there's someone who could care. Where, oh where can she be? Somewhere in life there's someone who could care. She's waiting there for me with love to share. So I'm asking the Lord up in heaven, will I ever love and be loved soon?
The rocking chair will get me.
Wonder why nobody loves me. Wonder why.
There you go, by request for Casey Hines in Paris. Those are the Rhythm Aces. The Rhythm Aces on VJ Records, December 1954, and that's their debut single with Billy Stewart with a D. It's easy to confuse it with Billy Stewart, who really began recording in late 1956, Buster, with a couple of great records that he does. But that's Billy Stewart on lead, I Wonder Why, for Casey Hines. Now, this group would go on to record as for the Bahari Brothers Modern label as both the Rockets and the Rocketeers, and then also on Lou Bedell's Era label as the Planets/Magic Notes. So there you go. As we continue here on a Saturday, we stay in 1954. Fill a request for listener James Stone in our YouTube chat room. Now, when disc jockey Alan Freed relocated to New York City, had one of the top programs on a WINS here in New York, and it became one of the leading shows on the East Coast, which helped him secure a contract with a group he was managing, which were the Moonglows and Leonard Chess's Chess record label. So they set up a recording. A recording session with the Moonglows in September of 1954. They had their first session. They recorded 5 tunes. They recorded Shoo Dooby Doo, My Lovin' Baby, So All Alone, Sincerely, Such a Feeling, and this tune, which became the debut single on, well, I should say their first single on the Chess record label. Now, this is a B-side to Sincerely. It features Harvey Fuqua on lead. Let's go to October of 1954. This is for James Stone in our YouTube chat room. The Moonglows on Chess, the B-side to Sincerely. The song is called Tempting.
Down the street, switching from side to side. Yeah, you look mighty neat. You make my temperature rise. I saw you again late last night with your headlights on. Get you in some dark alley. My, how you carry on. Well, I love you, baby, cause you stack way back. You and all the rest. You're walking down the avenue, all the fellas holler, baby, how about that mess? You are tempting, baby, you are tempting, baby, you are tempting, baby, you tempt me all the time. Baby, what you said when I give you all my bread. You know what I'm talking about, so come on, baby,
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. That's going out to James Stone. That's the flip side of Sincerely, a song entitled Tempting, October 1954. The moon glows there on the Chess record label. Let's stay in 1954. We go to Atlanta, Georgia now. Fill a request for listener Chris Reed. This group signed with Mercury Records, had 3 releases on the Mercury record label. Chris requested their 3rd release. It features Dodd Hicks on lead from November 1954. Let's give a listen to the Cashmeres. The Cashmeres on Mercury Records for Chris Reed. It's called There's a Rumor.
There's a rumor going around, and it's all over town, all over town. Yes, a rumor going around, and it's all over town, all over town. Well, but I'm figuring, and it's the other way around. Other way around. I tried gambling, and drinking, but I couldn't be satisfied. Yes, gambling and drinking, but I was satisfied. Couldn't be satisfied. Well, love's good, baby, and I wonder why she lied. Wonder why she lied. Yes, gambling and drinking, but I couldn't be satisfied. Yes, gambling and drinking, but I wasn't satisfied. Couldn't be satisfied. Well, I was good to my babe, and I wonder why she lied. Wonder why she lied.
There you go. That one there by request for listener Chris Reed. The sound of the Cashmeres. Cashmeres from November 1954. It's on the Mercury record label. That's Dodd Hicks on lead. A bluesy sound there. Cool bluesy sound. Song entitled There's a Rumor. Now, this group is different from that Cashmeres that recorded for the Laurie record label. But Dodd Hicks would do the leads on the ballads. Henry Boyd would do the leads on the up-tempos. And they would go on to have another release on Al Silver's Herald record label and also Ember label as the Mark Tones. And then they would do one more, a great record on Wonder as the Cashmeres with a K. And I didn't have this on the Maroon record label. And this is another one that I purchased out of the collection, or I should say the estate of Greg Surik, because I didn't have this Maroon. He had a nice mint copy of that. Johnny G here on a Saturday. I am your disc jockey. Again, if you're new here to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and click that bell so you get all notifications and a thumbs up if you enjoy what you're hearing. This is our 3rd show of the week. all requests on tonight's show. I'll be back next Wednesday with the Soul Show, so don't forget to email me your requests at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the best way to do it. Charlene doesn't always pick up the requests in the chat room, nor on the YouTube stream, so I have to follow up with that, and sometimes it's difficult for me to do that, so I will miss it. And that's why it's best that you email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Then you be sure that if I have the record, I'll play it if it fits the format here. And we have to be careful of the copyright police. I really don't like to play many hits on the program. Not that I do, but sometimes I do get hits that I'm sometimes scared to play, and I need to research it a little bit more to see if they're on a YouTube. And the funny thing is, they allow certain hits to be on YouTube, but they're posted from other countries, so they can get away with it, but you got to be careful. There are different rules and regulations here in the U.S. for the copyright police than there are in other lands. Let us continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and we will stay here in 1954, although this record, this pressing, is not from 1954, and this is a request for Bill Schreff. I think I was pronouncing your name wrong, Bill, or William. But I hope I said it right now, Schreff. Tell me if that is correct. But this 45 came out sometime in the early 1960s. It's actually off a acetate that was discovered by collector Sam Wood. He discovered this. He was one of the influences for collecting at Times Square Records back then, way back in the early 1960s. Sam was also a member of the Sparrow Quintet, and Sam put this out on a label. He called it Super Records, but you can tell it's not a 1950s press. And the fidelity is pretty poor also, unfortunately, but it's a mint copy that I have here. It's a mint copy. Now, the group on the label was called the Twilighters, but in fact, they are really the Five Emeralds out of Detroit. The same group that recorded for the SRC record label. Actually, the song is a faster version of their tune on SRC called I'll Beg. It features Norman McLean on lead. We'll send this one out to Bill Schreff. This is from 1954, we'll say. The Twilighters on Super Music Company. It's called Please Come Home. This is for Bill.
I'll get down on my knees, begging you, come home.
go. That's going out to William in our YouTube chat room, a.k.a. Bill Schreff. The Sound of the Twilighters, a.k.a. the Five Emeralds there. And kind of a muffled sound there, unfortunately, because it was off of an acetate. You know, every time you play an acetate, you wear it down. It wears out. Just like any record, they wear out, but vinyl just wears a lot better. I will tell you that. That's 1954, going out to Bill, the Twilighters, on Super Music Company, with press sometime in the 1960s. Please Come Home is the name of the tune. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for all your correspondence, and thank you for your support of the show. It's greatly appreciated as we continue here. One more in 1954. We fill a request for listener Frank Chingaro. We go back this time to Monty Bruce's Bruce record label. This is the group's fifth release, fifth of six for Bruce Records. It's the great Harptones, Willie Winfield and the Harptones. A nice rendition of this standard that dates back to 1947. Tune written by Buddy Johnson. I think his sister Ella first recorded this, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go to November of 1954. We'll send this one out to Frank Chingaro and also his wife Jerry. The Harptones on Bruce, with their version of Since I Fell for You.
You are gone and left me all alone. You took my love and made me leave my home.
Well, you made me leave my happy home. You took my love and now you're gone. Since I fell for you, love brings such misery and pain. I guess I'll never be the same since I fell for you. Well, it's too bad and it's too sad that I'm in love with you. You love me, then you snub me, but what can I do? I'm still in love with you. Well, I guess I'll never see the light. I get those blues most every night since I fell for you.
November 1954 release, the great Willie Winfield and the Harptones there. That's their fifth release on Monty Bruce's Bruce record label. Fantastic rendition of Since I Fell for You, and as requested by Frank Chingaro, we'll send it also out to Jerry Chingaro. Frank Chingaro, of course, one of the co-hosts of the Rhythm and Blues Serenade along with Gordon Skagberg. That is Sundays beginning at 3 p.m. to, we'll say, 5:30 for the live show. That is on WRHU FM 88.7 on your dial. You can also listen live on WRHU.org, the very best in a vocal group and R&B harmony, the same thing that you hear here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Tune in tomorrow, beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, to the Rhythm and Blues Serenade with Frank and Gordon. Johnny G here on a Saturday as we are in the year, let's see, we move into the year 1955 now. We fill a request for listener Paul Michel for this group from Cleveland, Ohio, first recording for the Aladdin record label back in 1954. Now, Paul requested their very next release, which came out on the Atlantic label, that classic yellow and black Atlantic, written by the lead singer of the group. His name is Albert Russell. This is from April of 1955. Let's give a listen to the Regals. The Regals on Atlantic for Paul Michel. It's called Got the Water Boiling.
I got the water boiling, baby. I'm going to cook your goose. I got the water boiling, baby. I'm going to cook your goose. Well, I need your lovey-dovey, ain't gonna turn you loose. Well, I've got a funny feeling that I see your style, mama. Don't you know you really driving me wild? I got the water boiling, baby. I'm going to cook your goose. Well, I need your lovey-dovey, ain't gonna turn you loose. Well, I went to the steeple and I rang the bell. I want the whole world to know that I'm under your spell. I got your water boiling, baby. I'm going to cook your goose. Well, I need your lovey-dovey, ain't gonna turn you loose. Zip dooby dooby dop, zip dooby dooby dop, zip dooby dooby dop, dippy dippy doo, dabba dabba dip dooby dop. Well, you may think I'm crazy or just in a dream, but when I get you pretty, baby, I'm going to blow off steam. Now you got your water boiling, baby. I'm going to cook your goose. Well, I need your lovey-dovey, ain't gonna turn you loose. Your water boiling, baby. I got your water boiling, baby. I got your water boiling, baby. I got your water boiling.
That's April 1955 release there for the Regals out of Cleveland, Ohio. That one there by request for listener Paul Michel. On the Atlantic record label, Got the Water Boiling is the name of the tune. Now, this group would evolve into Sonny Till's Orioles that recorded for the VJ record label. And I think it was this song. Didn't this song inspire Earl Carroll to write Speedo, I think? I think that's what this song did. It inspired him to write Speedo. Johnny G here on a Saturday, and I have a special request on this next song. So, a bunch of many of you, people know that my mother is my biggest fan here. She's tuned into the program right now. She can't type because she has no feelings in the tips of her fingers, so she can't feel the keys to type. And she watches the show on the tablet. We bought her a tablet a couple of years ago, and she's kind of become addicted to the tablet. But she knows how to operate it, but she cannot communicate to all the listeners. But she just celebrated a birthday on January 11th. Her 89th birthday, and many of you sent out birthday songs to her. Well, I knew because David Silberg in our YouTube chat room sent me a song that he wanted me to send out to my mother on her birthday from him. So I found it. It was actually in a box. I have about 300 records here under the table that I've purchased within the last year that I have not listened to. I mean, I've cleaned them and they're all ready to go. Sometimes there are lots of your requests. So I was looking all over the place for this record because it was checked off, but I found it today when I was looking for that for Frank Chingaro, that upgraded of the Marylanders that I played. Yeah, the Marylanders on the Jubilee label. So I saw this in there. I said, is this the one that David requested? They said, yes, it is. So we're going to feature it here. It's belated, though, Ma, but still. He wanted to send this one out to you on your birthday. This artist from Leesburg, Georgia, then moved to Jersey City, New Jersey, was discovered by in a club by disc jockey Bill Cook, who became his manager and was instrumental with his contract with Epic Records. And his debut single was a big #1 R&B hit back in 1954, a song called You'll Never Walk Alone. But he had tons of releases on the Epic record label, and this one's from 1955. It's his 10th release on the Epic label, and this song dates back to 1929 as done by the Paul Whitman Orchestra. It's from the musical play Great Day. I think that was on Columbia back from 1929. But let's give a listen to this version from October 55 by Roy Hamilton on Epic. And this is a special request for Dave Silberg, sending it out to Mrs. Galindo. This would be a belated birthday wish to my mom from David. Roy Hamilton with Without a Song.
Without a song, the day would never end. Without a song, the road would never bend. When things go wrong, a man ain't got a friend without a song. That field of corn would never see a plow. That field of corn would be deserted now. A child is born, but he's no good no how without a song. I've got my troubles and woe, but sure as I know that Jordan will roll, I'll get along as long as a song is spoken in my soul. I'll never know what makes the rain to fall. I'll never know what makes the grass so tall. I only know there ain't no love at all without a song.
There you go. That's Roy Hamilton there. Roy Hamilton from October 1955. That's on the Epic record label. Without a Song is the name of the tune. That one there requested by listener David Silberg in our YouTube chat room, sending it out to Mrs. Galindo on her birthday. I have to tell you, David, she called me on my cell phone and said it was a beautiful song. She really loves it. So you hit it right there for her. So thank you for that. As we continue here on the Vinyltreasure Show, we are in the year 1955. Let's fill a request for listener Chris Reed. The debut single for this group out of High Point, North Carolina, had 6 releases on Bess Berman's Apollo record label. And I think Alan Freed played the flip side of this on his Wins program called That's All. But Chris requested the flip side. It features the baritone of the group on lead, William Samuels. And he is the brother-in-law of Loman Pauling of the Five Royales. This is from March of 1955 by request for Chris Reed, the Casanovas. Casanovas on Apollo Records. It's called Are You For Real? This is for Chris Reed.
You told me his name was Jack, your name is Jill. Tell me, pretty baby, are you real? Told me that the deal was real, so real, and that you were out for thrill. For thrill. Yes, you told me that you loved me, and I thought that the deal was real. Oh, baby, I need your love. 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 Swear by the stars above. So, baby, I need your love. 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 Swear by the stars above. Forget about Jack, remember this Jill. If you can really love me, then I know the deal is real. Jack told me that the deal was real, so real, and that you were down for thrill. For thrill. Yes, you told me that you love me, now I know that the deal is real. So, baby, I need your love. 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 Swear by the stars above. So, baby, I need your love. Baby, I need your love. Baby, I need your love. Baby, I really need your love. Baby, I need your love. Swear by the stars above. So, baby, I need your love. Baby, I need your love. Baby, I need your love. Baby, I really need your love. Baby, I need your love. Swear by the stars.
As March 1955 release there for the Casanovas. Casanovas on the Apollo record label. That one there by request for listener Chris Reed. Are you for... Wait. Is that right? Yeah. Are You For Real is the name of the tune. That's their first of 6 for Apollo. William Samuels on lead. Just so you know, all these records are real. They are original. Well, although that the one I played for William was, that was an original release from like 1961 or 62 there. But that's the only way that it came unless you had the original acetate. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Let us continue here. We still are in 1955. Let's fill a request for listener James Stone. We go to Sid Nathan's King Records out of Cincinnati, Ohio. This gal had 4 releases on the King record label. Now, James requested her second, and this is actually a cover tune. This song was first done, written and recorded by Bubber Johnson. He did it first on the King record label. Then she covered it. Her name is Kathy Ryan, and she is backed up by an uncredited vocal group, but they are deemed to be the Admirals that also recorded for the King record label. They have 2 great releases. So this is from November of 55. This is going out to James Stone in our YouTube chat room. Kathy Ryan and the uncredited Admirals on King, and her rendition of the tune Come Home.
Come home. Let me tell you how I've missed you so. I didn't want you to go, 'cause I love you so. Come home, or you'll find you'll miss the love we shared. There's none will ever compare. Darling, please come home. Funny what a quarrel can do. So many thrills it has wrecked in a moment what has taken us a lifetime to build. Come home, I'll be happy, dear, if you decide to give love another try. Won't you please come home? Funny what a quarrel can do after so many thrills. It has wrecked in a moment what has taken us a lifetime to build. Please come home. I'll be happy, dear, if you decide to give love another try. Won't you please come on home? Please come home.
There you go. That's by request for James Stone in our YouTube chat room. And, listening to that, maybe that's the reason why that Sid Nathan didn't even, usually he'll say chorus or group and sometimes even names of the group. And maybe because we got spoiled was who backs her up on Drop Me a Line. Maybe they do mention the Admirals on that one. So maybe sometimes you get I didn't know that at UGHA that Jimmy McGowan said that they backed her up on two of the records there. Her other 24 Hours a Day, which I had in the box too. I learned that today, so thank you for that information, James Stone, in our YouTube chat room. That's Kathy Carr from November 55 on the King record label with her rendition of the Bubber Johnson tune, Come Home. Let's continue here in 1955 and fill a request for listener Oldies Fan, aka Joseph Smith, in our YouTube chat room. Been featuring this singer from Kansas City, Missouri over the last few weeks on the Vinyl Treasure show, was active till his death on November 24th of 1985. He was born May 16th of 1911, recording back in 1939 for the Vocalion record label, but recorded on many labels during his lengthy career. Decca and National come to mind, but so many other labels: Imperial, Aladdin, Swing Time, Freedom, MGM, Excelsior, and but most of the rock and rollers are familiar with his Atlantic sides, which began in 1952. This is his 11th of 26 on Atlantic, the follow-up to his Flip, Flop, and Fly, a tune written by Ethel Bird and Paul Winley from July of 1955 by request for Joseph Smith, a.k.a. Oldies fan, Joe Turner and his Blues Kings on Atlantic. It's called Hide and Seek for Joe.
Come on, little baby, hide and go seek with me. Come on, little baby, play hide and go seek with me. We're gonna play the game the way it ought to be. Now I spy, kick him in the eye. I'm gonna get you, sweetie pie. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, have me some fun tonight. Go way over yonder, hide behind the big oak tree. Go way over yonder, hide behind the big oak tree. Ain't nobody gonna play the game but you and me. Not 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Lordy, Mr. Lordy, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Get me some love tonight. The four-leaf clover, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, have me some fun tonight. Like by hit him in the eye, I'm gonna get you, sweetie pie. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, have me some fun tonight. Are you ready? 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 Yes, sir. Here I
come. Yeah, what's that? You know what happens here? Somebody, when they don't have their skate thing in right, it could easily pull on the inside of that, which is what happens if your skate is not set correctly. And you get that pull when it gets closer into the center of the record. So there you go. That's Big Joe Turner and his Blues Kings by request for Oldies fan, a.k.a. Joseph Smith, in our YouTube chat room. That's on his 11th release on the Atlantic label. From July 1955, Hide and Seek is the name of the tune. Johnny G playing Hide and Seek here on a Saturday night. Thank you all for being here on this frigid night here, 22 and clear here in Westchester County, New York, as we continue here. And fill a request for listener Daniel Kubacki, a flip side that he requested last week. This group from Newark, New Jersey, called the Carnations. I don't know. This is the Carnations on Herman Lubinsky's Savoy record label. Last week we featured Nighttime is the Right Time. But this is the side that I used to hear on Oldies collector's oldies radio back in the 1970s. A tune written by the lead singer of the group. His name is Louis Van Dyke. This one from September 55 going out to Daniel Kubacki in our YouTube chat room. The Carnations on Savoy. It's called The Angels Sent You to Me. This is for Daniel.
The angels up in heaven must have sent you to me, and the good Lord up above has meant this to be. The angels are up in heaven must have mentioned my name. I don't know how they knew that love. I played a losing game. I was alone again. I was thrown again until you came into my heart. Well, you held my hand and life began. You make my life a song. Well, the angels are up in heaven must have mentioned my name. I don't know how they knew that love. I played a losing game. Angels up in heaven sent you to me.
Memories of the Time Capsule Show here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. By request for Daniel Kubacki. That's September 55. The Carnations on Savoy with The Angels Sent You to Me with Louis Van Dyke on lead. They would have another release later on, I think 59 maybe, on Enrica that is pretty good too, that they do. Johnny G here on a Saturday. Let's continue here. And we are in the year 1955. Now, it gets harder and harder for me to fill requests for listener John Engstrom, but I found another one that I had. It was amazing because I was looking for, I don't know, something in the D. I have like 10 boxes of D, records all mixed in the D boxes. They had 10 boxes of 200. So last week I was pulling things out that maybe I saw on his list, and I did find it late last night. There was one that I did on this Tonecraft label, which is out of Philadelphia. And there are other, I do have some other releases on this. Namely, that comes to mind is Frank Virtuoso and his Virtues. I have a couple that he does on this label. Also, I think Dave Appel and the Applejacks, and then Dave Appel and the Dave Appel 4. Well, this is a Philadelphia label. It's called Tonecraft Records. I think there was a later one from 61 too, I think by the Corvettes, which is really hard. But this is from June 55. So, John, you owe me for looking for this record. This is, it says Introducing Betty Doran, D-O-R-A-N, Introducing Betty Doran. There's some group backing her up here. Not much of a group, but they are. Betty Doran on the Tonecraft label by request for John Engstrom. It's called, this is the A-side, it's called Hey Little Boy. This is for John.
Hey, you home. Hey, little boy, I hate to walk alone. You're so darn sweet, I'll call you on the phone. When I find a boy so true, he wants to settle down, I know he'll pass my test. He's different from the rest. Hey, little boy, I've got eyes for you. Hey, little boy, I've got lips for you. But most of all, I've got love for you.
There you go. Johnny G introducing Betty Doran. Betty Doran from June of 1955. That's on the Tonecraft record label, Hey Little Boy. There you go, John Engstrom. There's you go, one of your thousands of requests. Johnny G here on a Saturday. I apologize for sometimes what happens is on some of these records I have the level, because some are lower than others, some are higher than others, and sometimes I don't get to look over at the meter board there, so I've got to make sure that it's not in the red, because if it goes in the red, then it'll sound distorted or overmodulated. So thank you, Vince, for letting me know that. Thank you for that. As we continue here in 1955. Now, last week I played a request for listener Tom Shaughnessy. He asked me if I had any 45s by Earl Conley King, a singer out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I played his debut single, his first release on the King label, called Don't Take It So Hard. Listener Julian McCroy said that that was his favorite record. He also liked the flip, so we'll flip it over. And also we'll flip it over for listener Tom Shaughnessy, who's experiencing cold, although it's probably not as cold as it was in Florida. So you lucky people in Florida, you should have been up here in New York with the single digits that were up here. We had it for most of the week, but well, at least the teens here in the week. They're ice skating at the lakes up here. They haven't ice skated here in a number of years. But anyway, let's flip over that tune by Earl. Well, he's Earl King on this. He's not Earl Conley King. And then he later, to differentiate himself from the other Earl King, they end up putting Connolly there. But this tune, written by Burt Gold and Phil Medley from March 55, Earl King for Julian McCroy and Tom Shaughnessy on the King label. It's called Gratefully.
Thank you for the love you gave to me. You made my life so happy as can be. Gratefully I'd love you and kiss me tenderly. I was lost, so all alone and blue. Then you came along with a love so strong and true. Gratefully I promise, for as long as time will be, my heart, my soul, forever, my thanks eternally. My heart, my soul, forever, my thanks eternally.
There you go. We'll send that one out to listener Tom Shaughnessy, also to Julian McCroy. I think he's trying to sound like a Johnny Ace, I'd say. The music and the voice there, March 1955. That's the flip side of Don't Take It So Hard. Song entitled Gratefully. That's Earl King, later as Earl Connolly King, on Sid Nathan's King record label. Gratefully is the name of the tune. Gratefully, Johnny G will take requests, but not on nights of the show, because I'm playing original vinyl, so it makes it difficult for me to get the records. And that is one of the hardest things for preparing for the show when you have like 195,000 45s in your collection. I try to keep them all separate. So we're getting there slowly. Barbara's been helping me file things back, but if you do have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Just got a whole bunch in my email tonight, so and I will check them out and I will answer back to you if I have them. Or if you ask for a request for an artist or whatnot, I can do that too. As we continue here, let's move into 1956 with a flip side request from last week last week I played the B-side of this for, it was for Edmund Williams, not Amnon. Edmund Williams, Charlene, by Louis Lyman and the Teen Chords on Bobby Robinson's Fury record label. The song was called Lydia. And I think that was it. I think that was for Edmund. I'm going to go back and check. But Darrell Letts requested the intended A-side. This is on... Did this kick off the label? Yes. And we heard the Cleftones earlier in the program when we opened up for Tommy Albergo, G number 1000, You Baby You. Well, this is Fury number 1000 to kick off the Fury label from December 56. This is the A-side to Lydia that we played last week. Their first of 3 on Fury for Darrell Letts in our YouTube chat room. Louis Lyman and the Teen Chords with I'm So Happy. Tra la 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 la. This is for Darrell Letts.
Tra la 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 la.
Nothing can break our love and
That's going out to Daryl Letts in our YouTube chat room there. That's the debut single for Louis Lyman and the Teen Chords. It's on Bobby Robinson's Fury record label, December 1956 release there. I'm So Happy, Tra-La-La-La is the name of the tune. Last week we featured the flip side, Lydia, for listener Edmund Williams. Let us continue here in 1956. Motion picture music again. What I think I played on Thursday, didn't I play the Moon Glows on Chess with Over and Over Again? They lip sync that in the 1956 motion picture Rock, Rock, Rock that starred Alan Freed. Well, this group was also in that movie, and they also lip synced this song, which I really like too, by the way. And this is a request for listener Joe Shacatano in our YouTube chat room. These are the Flamingos. This is their sixth release for the Checker record label. And it features the great Nate Nelson on lead from November of 1956. I have this Big Dave Swinger on a West Coast press. If you're a collector, you want it. The better sounding vinyl are the Monarch presses out of California. The Flamingos here going out to Joe Shacatano in our YouTube chat room. It features Nate Nelson on lead. It's called Would I Be Crying?
I can't be lying. Can't you see that I'm crying? Would I be crying if I were lying to you? My heart's about to break. I regret making my mistake. My love for you burns the same, and my tears can't put out a flame. Won't you forgive me? Oh, darling, forgive me. You must believe me. I will always be true. Would I be crying my heart out for you and hurting the way I do? Would I be crying if I were lying to you? Won't you forgive me? Oh, darling, forgive me. You must believe me. I will always be true. Would I be crying my heart out for you and hurting the way I do? Would I be crying if I were lying to you?
There you go, with the great sound of the Flamingos on the Checker record label. We'll call it motion picture music there. Would I Be Crying? I think, let me just see if they had, let me see here. Says, yeah, Okay, I thought maybe they would have in parentheses other words, but they don't. Would I Be Crying from the motion picture Rock, Rock, Rock? And I tell you, the West Coast presses, you can easily tell because the print is much bigger, and then there's the Delta triangle in the dead wax there, which is actually a pretty cool thing because you can kind of date those 45s as good as the month of release with that. But there you go. That's going out to Joe Shacatano. He's a ballad guy, as many of you guys and gals are, but also lots of up-tempo enthusiasts also here tune into the program. November 1956, the Flamingos on Checker. And Geronimo, you should be able to get all the Checker releases. And I want to say that they're particularly hard, but you want them on vinyl versus styrene. Now, if you were telling me you wanted the Flamingos on Chance or Parrot Records, then that's a totally different story. But Vince asked Johnny G, the cartridges I use, I think they're German cartridges that I get from, I have to call him, KAB Electronics, Ortofon. They seem to work well with this turn. He told me when I first had my setup, going way back to 2005 when I first started doing this show, not on YouTube though, 2015 for YouTube. He was telling me, what are you playing? Are you playing, 1970s music, 80s music? Because it depends. They're different, they're different needles or styli to play. So I said, no, I'm going to need basically the thicker needle. I'm going to play 78s also, which sound phenomenal. He says, well, you know what I'm going to do? These Shure shell heads, because I originally had a Newmark turntable. So he said, I'll wire the nodes with copper wire. You're going to get a nice mono sound from it. So that's why you may be hearing, sometimes you're right, it gets too loud, but still not so bad. But I have to watch the levers. But the sound I get, I can't really complain. I have my Onkyo amp goes back to 1976, I think, and I just keep on keeping my fingers crossed that nothing goes wrong with it. But it's the setup is pretty good here. So if you ever come up to the Johnny G studios, you can talk to Bill Olb and other people that have been here on the program, that it sounds phenomenal up here when you're listening. And I blast it. And they were going to call the police on me next door, the other neighbors that have moved to Ireland. But I blasted here at 3 a.m. in the morning when I'm checking out for all the records. But anyway, I digress. Let us continue here. We are in the year 1956. Let's fill a request for two people. George Chestnut and Casey Hines in Paris wanted to hear this Drifters tune. From July of 1956. This was actually a pretty big hit for the group, number 11 on the Billboard R&B chart. Both sides were played on the radio, although I think Marv Goldberg made a note that he remembers Alan Freed playing the ballad side more, called Soldier of Fortune. But George and Casey requested the up-tempo side, a tune written by Jesse Stone. It features Johnny Moore on lead. This was actually their follow-up to Ruby Baby. Let's go to July of 1956 on the Atlantic record label for the Drifters. Johnny Moore and the Drifters for George Chestnut and Casey Hines. It's called I Gotta Get Myself a Woman, the Drifters.
I got to get myself a woman.
Somewhere, somehow. I need companionship, and I need it right now.
I got to get myself a woman.
Before I die. I see so many fine young things, but they are passing me by. A man needs to live a settled life with a loving and a working wife. Well, it don't matter if she's young or old, if she knows to do the
everything she's told and stay here beside me night and day, so nobody steals her heart away. I know what I really need so much is that loving touch.
I gotta get myself a woman.
Whoa, I'm all alone. Please hurry, let me find someone that I can call my own. If she's short or tall, or she's built up like a concrete wall, just so she knows how to wash and cook. I don't give a kitty just how she look. I don't care whatever she knows best. If she suits me, she can drop the rest. That important thing I am thinking of is a lot of love.
I gotta get myself a woman.
Whoa, I'm all alone. Please hurry, let me find someone I can call my own.
July 1956 release there for the Drifters. Johnny Moore and the Drifters there, going out to Casey Hines in Paris. Also to George Chestnut, I Gotta Get Myself a Woman. That one there on the Atlantic record label. Johnny G here on a Saturday. If you're new to the program, those of you tuning in for the first time, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Nobody else does what Johnny G does like this. Testing the copyright police every Saturday night as we continue. And we are in the year 1956. It's still a request for listener Big Dave Swinger in our YouTube chat room. He requested Richard Barrett and the Valentines. This is on George Gollner's Rama record label. This is their 5th of 7. And again, with Jimmy Wright and the orchestra here, this song co-written by the lead singer, Richard Barrett, from June 1956, The Great Valentines, with 20 minutes, parentheses, before the hour for Big Dave.
Until the hour, dear. 20 more minutes I can stay right here, but at 12 o'clock I must go home. I must go home. 20 more minutes I can hold you near. 20 more minutes until the hour, dear. But at 12 o'clock I must go home. I love to stay here all night, kiss you, dearest, in the silvery moonlight, hold you close to me and squeeze you real tight. But soon I'll have to go, the hour isn't far. 20 more minutes I can linger, dear. 20 more minutes I can hold you near. But at 12 o'clock I must go home.
Well, we're supposed to go to 12 o'clock, but we're going to go to about 12:30, around that area. I did a 5-hour marathon show, which was way too long for Johnny G to sit in the chair here, and also for many people like to stay to the whole show. It's just too long. You can't do that. That is not good. But we'll be here till about 12:30 or so. But if you have to leave, you have to leave. You should do that. You can always come back to the archive. Getting big responses here on the program. I'm telling you, it's like amazing. There you go. We'll talk about the Valentines there. Richard Barrett and the Valentines. June 1956 release on the Rama record label, their fifth of 7. 20 minutes before the hour is the name of the tune. We are in 1956. Finally found this request for UK listener Indrajit Advani as we head up to Chicago, Illinois for this thing. Boy, ending up on this label. Although that did happen with Jerry Blaine, because Sax Carey and the Cleftones were on the Josie label, as is this group. Although they're called the Kansas City Tomcats. And the group was, I guess we can call it a self-contained group, because they are Leonard Lucky Enos. He was the guitarist and tenor. Eddie Saunders, he was the baritone and also played the sax. Brooks Lewis was the bass. Jimmy Waters was the tenor. And the lead singer on this was a former member of the Five Echoes. His name, Walter Spriggs. He's on lead. Let's go to May of 1956. This is the first of 2 for the Kansas City Tomcats on the Josie record label out of New York City for Indrajit Advani in the UK. It's the Kansas City Tomcats with Don't You Know.
Don't you know that I want you to know? Don't you know that I want you to know? Don't you know that I want you to know that I love you, that I love you? Don't you know that I want you to care? Don't you know that I want you to care? Don't you know that I want you to say that you love me, that you love me? Talk about a heart at your command. Well, talk about mine and you understand. You can talk about the honey, talk about the beef. Well, talk about loving, honey, please. Don't you know that I want you to know? Don't you know that I want you to know? Don't you know that I want you to know that I love you, that I love you? Mine and you understand. You can talk about the honey, just talk about the beef. Well, talk about loving, honey, please. Don't you know that I want you to know? Don't you know that I want you to know? Don't you know that I want you to know that I love you, that I love you, that I love you? Yes, I love you, that I love you. Oh, I love you, baby. Just that I love you. Like this. That I love you. That I love you. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Here you go. That's going out to UK listener Indrajit Advani. That's the sound of the Kansas City Tomcats. May 1956 release on the Josie label. Don't You Know is the name of the tune. That tune written by Clyde Otis and Mary Owens. We are in the year 1956. Let's fill a request for Matey Campboy in California. Not much known about this group, but they all attended Washington High School in Manhattan, and this was their only release. Again, we go to George Goldner's G record label. This one is not easy to find, folks, if you're looking for this 45. Goldner gets one of the two writer credits with someone by the name of Julius Phillips, who I think is the lead singer on this tune, and but I'm making a guess here. But anyway, from June 56, going out to Matey Campboy. These are the Downbeats. The Downbeats on the G label. The song is called My Girl. This is for Matey.
My girl, my girl, my girl, my girl, she's the only one for me, my girl, she's as sweet as she can be, my girl, she is mine, all alone. I love her so. My girl, she's just as good as gold. My girl, she is mine to have and hold. My girl, I love her, oh love her so. I love her so. I love her so badly. I need her so badly. I love her, I do. If she'll be mine, I'll treat her so fine. Life can be mine. Girl, you're just as good as gold, my girl. You're mine to have and hold. My prayer is that you would be my
Here you go, by request for listener Matey Campboy in our YouTube chat room from June 1956. On the G record banner, the Downbeats there with their tune called My Girl. That's a rare 45 on the G record label. And we got one more out of the year 1956. We head to Brooklyn, New York now. And those of you that watched that movie, what was it, Mean Streets? I think this was played in that movie amongst other cool 1950s vocal groups. This is a request for listener George Chestnut, and this is, we go back to Jerry Blaine's Josie record label, sort of a novelty hit for this group here in New York City. And yeah, I said it was the 1973 Scorsese film Mean Streets with Harvey Keitel. It's like a wild movie, but this is from September 56. It features Charles Kinrod Johnson on lead, going out to George Chestnut. These are the Chips on Josie. It's called Rubber Biscuit for George Chestnut.
Cow, 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 I wanna do it. Chicken, honey, chicken, the whole hubba. Love, ride, the like I wanna double. I love the air, wanna double hubba. Laying down on something that a chicken want. Love, ride, the air, wanna love a hubba. Love, the mouth, chicken, love a hubba. Bend down, I
I wanna do that again.
Do 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 boom.
Oh, God, loving in the blubber blubber. All right, hippin' in the hibble lubber. I love loving in the blubber blubber. All right, riggy diggy hubba lubber. Oh, love the male jiggle lubber hubba. Bend down the trucker like I wanna do. I love the hippin' in the hubba lubber. All right, riggy diggy blubber lubber. I love the woody woody back up. Did you ever hear of a wish sandwich? Well, it's the kind of a sandwich that you're supposed to take 2 pieces of bread and wish you had some meat.
Do 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 boom.
Gow, gow, loving in the blubber blubber. All right, the hibba dibba zibba dibba. Oh, love the male jiggle lubber hubba. He ride a one and dibba ragga ragga. Oh, love the male jiggle lubber hubba. He ride the woody woody slubber dubber. Oh, love the male jiggle lubber hubba. He ride a hippin' in the hubba lubber. How Lord is something that a jiggle want. The other day, I ate a ricochet biscuit. Well, it's the kind of a biscuit that's supposed to bounce off the wall back in your mouth. If it don't bounce back, you go hungry.
Do 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 boom.
Gow, gow, loving in the blubber blubber. How Lord is something that a lubber do. He ride a trucker like a lubber do. How Lord is something that a zibba dibba. Oh, how the man jiggle lubber hubba. He ride a one and dibba lubber lubber. Oh, how the man jiggle lubber hubba. Laying down and loving in the blubber do. He ride a zibba hubba do. The other day, I ate a cold water sandwich and a Sunday go to meat and bun.
Do 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 boom.
Gow, gow, loving in the blubber blubber. All right, the riggy diggy hubba lubber. How Lord, I wonder what's up do. He ride a living in the hubba lubber. All right, a hubbing in the one dubber. He ride a one and dubber ragga ragga. Oh, love him, hell, jiggle lubber hubba. Bend down, I wonder what's up do. He ride a hubbing in the gun dubber. What you want for nothing? A rubber biscuit?
Do 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 boom.
Gow, gow.
There you go, September 1956 release there for the Chips on the Josie label. That's going out to listener George Chestnut. Rubber Biscuit is the name of the tune. The flip side is a killer ballad, which I do like better, I have to say. And that is a West Coast press. My East Coast press is so grainy, but the West Coast Monarch presses, I don't dig the print, really, but hey, it plays better. Johnny G here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Let's move into 1957. Fill a request for listener Paul Michel. This is a very rare 45. Gordy Freeman mentioned it in the YouTube chat room. There weren't many copies of this at one time. I don't know how many are out there now, but I bought this sometime last year, and it wasn't cheap, I will tell you, but I grabbed it. It was definitely a good price, I have to say. I'm not going to complain about it, but it's such a great copy too. This was never booted, never put out on a booted, $1.45, but it's a request for Paul Michel. This is on Marty Weiler's Planet X label out of New York City. I like the name of that, Planet X. And it's the first single on the label. Now, the group is called Henry Sawyer and the Jupiters, and it's a great two-sided 45. And this is the ballad side written by the lead singer, Henry Sawyer. We go to December of 1957 by request for Paul Michel. This is Henry Sawyer and the Jupiters on Planet X, and the tune is called It Takes Two.
Went to our wedding just the other day, and this darling is what the preacher said. It takes two to fall in love. It takes two to fall in love. Remember, my friend, to stay on it, it takes two to fall in love. It takes two to fall in love. It takes two to fall in love. Remember, my friend, to stay on it, it takes two to fall in love.
As you walk down the aisle, wearing that smile, that wonderful smile, and the preacher says, do you take this woman to be your awful wedded wife, as my heart will be?
That's an ultra rare 45 here on a Saturday evening. That one there going out to listener Paul Michel, December 57, on the Planet X record label, Henry Sawyer and the Jupiters. It Takes Two is the name of the tune. Now, this song was covered in 1964 by a group called the Delcades on the United Sound Associates label. And anyway, that is a rare 45. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, and we are in the year 1957. Let's fill a request for Butch Ford in Hawaii as we go to New Orleans, Louisiana, for this singer, songwriter, and guitarist. Began recording back in 1948 for the Blue Bonnet record label, and he has other releases on different labels, Specialty. This one's on Johnny Vincent's Ace Records, his second of three on the Ace record label, and this is a song he co-wrote from July of 57. Let's give a listen to Frankie Lee Sims. Frankie Lee Sims on the Ace record label for Butch Ford. It's called Walkin' with Frankie. This is for Butch.
Well, I done walked and walked. I walked my footsteps down. I'm looking for my woman. You know she can't be found. But Lord, oh Lord, I said, Lord, oh Lord, but you love me like I do you. I let us get together and be as two. I said, Lord, oh Lord, 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 I got the mighty oh Lord. Well, if I cook your breakfast, I'll bring it to your bed. Don't let your friends and relations lay that swell your head, because I'm all alone, and don't you do me wrong. I mean, from now on, I said, Lord, oh Lord, 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 I got the mighty oh Lord. I said, Lord, oh Lord, I said, Lord, oh Lord, I said, jump with me, baby, rock with me, baby, because you're driving me crazy. I said, Lord, oh Lord, I said, Lord, oh Lord, I got the mighty oh Lord. I can call my own, and I'm walking and walking. I keep walking and walking, the sun up, the sun down. I've been looking for a woman, and she can't be found. I said, Lord, oh Lord, I said, Lord, oh Lord, I said, Lord, oh Lord, I got the mighty oh Lord.
As going out to Butch Ford in Hawaii, the second of three for Frankie Lee Sims on Johnny Vincent's Ace record label, July 57 release. Walkin' with Frankie Lee Sims is the name of the tune. You're walking with Johnny G here on a Saturday. Thank you all for being here. If you dig what you're hearing, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tomorrow morning, tomorrow morning here, I should say that there will be an encore presentation, probably of last week's show. If you missed it, you can tune in to KKSM 1320 AM. That is out of San Marcos, California, out of Palomar College, to beginning at 6 to 9 p.m. Pacific time and 9 to 12 Eastern time for the Vinyltreasure show at palomar.edu, or I think it's also on kksm.com, and you can tune into the program there. We picked up a lot of listeners from the station out in California, so thank you, Zeb, for that. And also, if you're interested in becoming a disc jockey, if you want to be a disc jockey, you don't need to have any disc jockey experience. Johnny G is an amateur. I'm an accountant by trade, but I do this as a pastime, but I'm passionate about music. But yeah, and you don't have to have real records either, but you have to do a live show. And if you are interested, you can, Oldies and More Radio is looking to add a few new DJs to their staff. And they told me to read this. Well, the other guys have an MP3, but I have to read it. So if you're interested in becoming a member of the Oldies and More DJ team to broadcast a live radio show, then please contact Joe T. He is the station head. He's at Joe T Request Line, Joe T Request Line at gmail.com. You can also contact another disc jockey here, his admin, DJ Cosmos. He's at Cosmos Request at gmail.com, and they'll get back to you quickly. You can email Johnny G too at vinyltreasures at AOL.com. But Oldies and More Radio is the place to be as we bring you the best in music from the 1950s through the 70s to the world. I haven't played anything from 1980, although the last record I ever bought was by Taylor Dayne. You know that song, Taylor Dayne, Tell It to Your Heart? That was the last 45 I ever bought in a record store, as I digress. But let's continue here and fill a request now for listener Bill Olb in New Jersey as we go to Harlem, New York now. We go back to Jerry Blaine's Josie record label 2 for The Sound of the Cadillacs. This is their 11th release for Jerry Blaine's Josie record label, a tune written by Esther Navarro, who was their manager, and band leader Jesse Powell, who was the band backing them up on this. It features Bobby Spencer on lead from May 57. The Great Sound of the Cadillacs on Josie. It's called Broken Heart. This is for Bill Olb.
My heart was broken, dear, when I heard those words in my ear, when you said that we were through, you had found someone new. My head was in a spin. I felt like Daniel in the lion's den. Tell me, what could I do on this earth without you? If you leave,
Well, I surely grieve.
But if you stay, I'll show you the way.
I'll show you the way.
So please give me a chance, and we'll mend our sweet romance, and the flame will always burn. My heart will stop its yearn. If you leave, well, you know I chance, and we'll mend our sweet romance, and the flame will always burn, and my heart will stop its
Whoops, Johnny G messing up here. I told you I'm just an amateur here. I'm not a professional. There you go. That one there by request for listener Bill Olbin, New Jersey. That's the great sound of the Cadillacs, their 11th release on the Josie record label. That is a Bobby Spencer on lead for that one. From May of 1957, Broken Heart is the name of the tune. Those of you that are giving requests in the chat room, it's not a good place to put your requests. You have to email me requests. And those look like, for a new listener, Dr. Phil is in our YouTube chat room. He's requesting, I think those are soul records. That would be for the Wednesday show, because I'll be back on Wednesday live on YouTube and also live on Oldies and More Radio, beginning at 9 p.m., 9 to midnight, for your soul requests. Bust the Bass. Bust the Bass gives Johnny G soul requests, but you need to send them to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Sometimes I see them if you post them on my YouTube page, because I get an automatic email. So that's how I know if someone's posting there, so I make sure I go back and answer everybody that posts there. But I also want to mention that is that LK in our YouTube chat room. He does an a cappella segment on Tuesday afternoons on Oldies and More Radio. So you need to go to oldiesandmoreradio.com and hit that player there to listen to. I'll have to check you out. I didn't know that. But I don't know a lot of the other disc jockeys. I know some on the station. They were trying to coax me to come over because they contacted me to be a disc jockey on there, because I was fired from the other station that I was on. But bad move by him. But anyway, and I like to broadcast there. So if the show ever gets shut down, which sometimes YouTube does, you can always listen live there. So anyway, so thank you all, those of you that are new to the program here. But this is the third show of this week. I do a 78 show, and I'm going to continue with it, but I'm going to change the time to 3 p.m. Gives me another hour to prepare, because last week I was not happy for being, a half hour late. I just don't want that. But anyway, let's continue here. And we are in the year 1957. Let's fill a request for listener Timothy. I don't know if Timothy is there. He was there earlier. Now, on the December 28th show, I played a request for listener Dan Costco. He requested Vera and the Three J's on the LB record label. I think that was out of Chicago, I think they were. The song was called Fire in Your Heart. Now, Timothy requested the flip side now, I think it was actually a couple weeks ago. So I had it here in the box to play. So let's give it a spin here. This is 1957. Her name is Vera Sanford. She's the lead singer. This is Vera and the Three J's on the LB record label for Timothy. It's called Bebop Babysitter for Timothy.
I'm a little baby sitting on a sit both day and night. I'm a little baby sitting on a sit both day and night. I love to babysit if the babies treat me right.
That's right, that's right.
I fix the baby bottle at 2, 4, 6, and 10. I fix the baby bottle at 2, 4, 6, and 10. And every time I leave and say, ooh, come back again.
Come back, come back.
They call me Ootsie.
Ow.
Ootsie, Ootsie, Ootsie. They call me Ootsie.
Ow.
Ootsie, Ootsie, Ootsie. They say a little Ootsie, please come back again.
babies in my neighborhood.
Bop-doo-da-ba-da-bee-da.
I said for the babies in my neighborhood.
Bop-doo-da-ba-da-bee-da.
They like the way I sit, 'cause the babies sit so good.
So good, so good.
If you want a babysitter, why don't you drop around? If you want a babysitter, why don't you drop around? My super duper formula cools mama's babies down.
That's right, that's right.
They call me Ootsie.
Ow!
Ootsie, Ootsie, ooh.
Shoo-dee-da.
They call me Ootsie.
Ow!
Ootsie, Ootsie, Ootsie. They say a little Ootsie, please come back again.
Come back,
Why don't you
please come back.
and
Be my
There you go. That's a swinging tune there for listener Timothy, 1957. That's Vera and the Three J's. With Vera Sanford on lead. That's on the LB record label out of Chicago. Song entitled Bebop Babysitter. Johnny's your bebop DJ on a Saturday evening. Let us continue here. In the year 1957, fill a request for listener Casey Hines in Paris. This group, originally from Richmond, Virginia, they signed with Vivian Carter's VJ record label in 1957, had 16 releases on the VJ Gospel series, and Casey requested their second. It features the great bass lead of Jimmy Jones. We go to December of 1957 for the Harmonizing Four. The Harmonizing Four on VJ Records. Also going to send this one out to Gordy Freeman and Bill Obe. And for Casey Hines, the Harmonizing Four with Motherless Child.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Still I'm alone. From home. Still I'm alone. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. Still I'm alone.
There you go. That one there by request for Casey Hines. Also sending it out to Gordy Freeman in our YouTube chat room and Bill Obe, who's tuned into the program. That's Motherless Child. That's December 57 release on the VJ label. The group's second, the Harmonizing Four, their second release on the VJ record label. We are in the year 1957. This is a flipside request for listener Emnon, this great group out of Newark, New Jersey. I featured their debut single on Bobby Robinson's Fury record label last week called Teenager's Dream. That was the ballad side, their first of four. Emnon also requested the flip side, which was co-written by the lead singer, her name Pearl McKinnon, from October 1957. Let's give a listen to the Codocs on the Fury label. This is for Emnon. It's called Little Boy and Girl for Emnon.
Little boy and girl, oh, little boy and girl, little boy and girl, oh, little boy and girl, little boy and girl, who's walking hand in hand, little girl, some boy, I really think it's grand, oh, this is our first love, I really, truly first love, little girl, some boy, I'm happy as can be, this really is a joy. Oh, you belong to me. Oh, this is our first love. I really, truly first love. I want to kiss me. Oh, baby, no reminiscing, baby. Hey, girl, I love you. Hey, little boy, I love you too. The little boy and girl who was walking hand in hand. The little girl's a boy. I really think it's grand. Oh, this is our first love. I really, truly first love. I want to kiss me. Oh, baby, no reminiscing, baby. Hey, girl, I love you. Hey, little boy, I love you too. The little boy and girl who was walking hand in hand. The little girl's a boy. I really think it's grand. Oh, this is our first love. I really, truly first love.
That's going out to listener Emnon. That's a debut single for Pearl McKinnon and the Codocs. Oh, as the Copyright Police come out at this moment. There you go. October 1957 release on the Fury label. Little Boy and Girl is the name of the tune here. We are in the year 1957. Let's go to Jerry Winston's Onyx Records for the debut single for this group. It's a request for listener Mike Sape in our YouTube chat room. Wants to send this one out to all you chatters in the chat room and also to your host DJ Johnny G. This group is called The Impressors. It's with Sammy Lowe and the orchestra from October 57 on the Onyx record label. The Impressors with Is It Too Late for Mike Sape.
Is it too late to say that I love you? I love you, mama. Too late to say that I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hear my plea. Darling, I'm lost without your loving, your love. Let's make amends, dearest.
love you. Is it too late to win your heart? For I know I played the fool, dear. Come back, I promise to be true. Is it too late to say that I want you? I want you, love. Too late to say that I'll be true. Is it too late to say that I'll be true?
That's October 57 release there for the Impressors on Jerry Winston's Onyx record label. That's by request for listener Mike Sape in Connecticut, sending it out to your DJ Johnny G. Thank you, Mike, and also all you chatters in the YouTube chat room. Is It Too Late is the name of the tune. Johnny G here on a Saturday. We move into 1958 now and go back to Bobby Robinson's Fury record label, this group out of Brooklyn, New York. This is a request for listener Edmund Williams. Now, how many of you are smokers out there and smoked a Canadian brand of cigarette called the Du Maurier? I never did. Johnny G ain't a smoker, but I know I do have some smokers in the audience, or ex-smokers in the audience. But this group was named after that cigarette, and this is from March of 1958 on Bobby Robinson's Fury record label for Edmund Williams, the Du Mauriers, with their tune called All Night Long. This is for Edmund Williams.
All night long. Pretty mama, why do you hide from me? Oh, yeah, searching for you, baby, all night long. Oh, I love you, darling.
There you go. The DeMauriers out of Brooklyn, New York. That one there by request for listener Edmund Williams. We'll send it out to Chuck Mitchell. I know he likes that tune also. March 1958 on Bobby Robinson's Fury record label, All Night Long is the name of the tune. You know, Johnny G can go all night long, but we try not to. We are in the year 1958. Got a special request here for listener Gordy Freeman. Wants to send this one out to Maggie. That is my mom. She's tuned into the program downstairs in the kitchen on the tablet. And he wants to send this one out to my mom, this great group, the Platters here. And this was a #1 national hit for the group, both on Billboard and Cashbox. And this song dates back to 1933, first recorded by Gertrude Nielsen on the RCA record label. But let's give a listen to this rendition by Tony Williams and the Platters, released in October of 1958. Darren, I showed you the old-style Mercury on the Canadian press. I remember when I first saw it, I didn't realize that Quality Records was a Canadian press, but it looks so cool with that old-style. October 58, by request for Gordy Freeman, going out to Maggie. That is my mom. These are the Platters with Smoke Gets in Your Eyes.
They ask me how I knew my true love was true. I replied, something here inside cannot be denied. They said someday you'll find all who love are blind. Oh, when your heart's on fire, you must realize smoke gets in your eyes. I chaffed them and I gaily laughed to think they could doubt my love. Yet today my love has flown away. I am without friends deride, tears I cannot hide. So I smile and say, when her lovely flame dies, smoke gets in your eyes. Smoke gets in your eyes.
There you go. That's the sound of Tony Williams and the Platters from October 1958, requested by Gordy Freeman, going out to Maggie. That prompted a phone call from my mother. Gordy brought tears to her eyes. Thank you for requesting that for my mom. You're so nice to do that. You are. Those are the Platters there with Smoke Gets in Your Eyes on the Mercury record label. Johnny G here on a Saturday. We are in the year 1958. That's the block here. And we go out to California now with a request for Strictly 45s. And this is a B-side here. The B-side to the Shields' monster hit. They did a cover of the Slades tune called You Cheated, but Strictly 45s wants to hear the flip side. This is on, it first came out on Imogene Fidali and George Mottola's Tender record label, and I showed you two copies there, and one without the distribution by Dot, which was handling this record nationally. First came out locally in California on the Tender label without that distribution logo, but this one plays better, so I'm playing the other one, I guess, but it's still considered an original, but not the true first press. And this is from June 58. This features Frankie Irvin on lead. These are the Shields. This is the flip side of You Cheated. It's called That's the Way It's Gonna Be. This is for Strictly 45s.
Now if you wanna be mine, start walking the line, be honest with me, that's the way it's gonna be, you're gonna have to settle down, not be fooling around, now if you wanna stick with me, that's the way it's gonna be, I tell you, baby, be smart. Don't break my heart. If I should fall, you better be at home. Come on and mend your foolish way. I tell you, cheating never pay. Now if you wanna go with me, that's the way it's gonna be. I tell you, baby, be smart. Don't break my heart. If I should fall, you better be at home. Come on and mend your foolish way. Cheating never pay. If you wanna go with me, that's the way it's gonna be.
There you go, that one there by request for Strictly 45s. That's the B-side to You Cheated, a song entitled That's the Way It's Gonna Be, June 58 release for the Shields, Frankie Irvin and the Shields on the Tender record label, featured it on Tender. You also may own this on the Dot label. And trying again, the consensus in the chat room is trying to sound like Fats Domino. Yes, he was. We are in the year 1958. We stay out in California with this request. For California listener Matey Campboy, this is a duo as we go to Dootsy Williams' Duto record label. They were Vernon and Cliff, and Vernon was Vernon Green. Of course, he was the lead singer of the Medallions, and the Cliff was Cliff Chambers. And this was their only release. Came out on the Duto record label from September 1958. This record is as old as your disc jockey. This is for Matey Campboy, Vernon and Cliff with You Came Along. This is for Matey.
You came along and brought true love to me. For that, my dear, my love will always be for only you. Please say we'll never part. You came along when I was sad and blue. You filled my heart with so much love for you. For that, my dear, Please say we'll never part. I never dreamed of this happiness before, not until you open up the door. You open the door to my heart, then walked in, then happiness began to start. You came along and filled my soul with joy. That's why I know you are the burning fire here in my heart. Please say we'll never part.
I never dreamed,
darling, when you came into my life, you filled my soul with joy.
Not until
it made my heart beat fast.
Open the door.
And even the winds whispered your name.
You opened
and the birds sung love songs. And I looked into your eyes,
then walked in, then happiness began to
start. You came along and filled my soul with joy. That's why I know you are the burning fire here in my heart. Please say we'll never part.
Yeah, sounds of California here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That one there going out to listener Matey Campoy in our YouTube chat room. September 58 release for Vernon and Cliff. That's Vernon Medallion and Cliff Chambers on the Duto record label. You Came Along is the name of the tune. If anybody's new that came along, that is just finding out about the Vinyl Treasure Show, please give me a thumbs up if you dig what you're hearing here. This is our third show of the week. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your kind words. And again, if you have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@AOL.com. As we continue here in 1958, this is the last record in 1958 as we go to Kingston. Wait a second. K-I-N. Kinston, North Carolina. This is a request for Bill Sheriff. This is not an easy record to find either, by the way. This is on the Beverly record label. The song written by the group's manager, his name was Lehman H. Drummage, and it features a 16-year-old Irving B. Perry on lead from May of 1958. Let's give a listen to the Cool Toppers. The Cool Toppers on the Beverly record label, going out to Bill Schreff. There you go. I keep on messing your name up, Bill. I apologize, Schreff. The Cool Toppers on Beverly. It's called Is That Exactly What You Want to Do? This is for Bill, a.k.a. William, in our chat room.
Although you say that our marriage is over and that you have found somebody new, so just before we part, please stop and ask your heart, is that exactly what you wanna do? I thought that our love would last forever, and there would never be a someone new. So before you make a new start, please stop and ask your heart, is that exactly what you wanna do? It's true, I don't have earthly riches. Someone may offer more than I do, but one thing they can't buy, no matter
love for you. Oh, you said that it was only a game that you were playing, and that I should have known it from the start. So just before we part, please stop and rest your heart. Is that exactly what you wanna do? I should have known it from the start. So just before we part, please stop and rest your heart. Is that exactly what you wanna do? Is that exactly what you wanna do? Is that exactly what you wanna do?
That's those are the Cool Toppers. The Cool Toppers on the Beverly record label out of North Carolina. That's May 1958. That's going out to That's going out to William in our YouTube chat room. The Cool Toppers with Is That Exactly What You Wanta? W-A-N-T-A, Want to Do. That's with Irving B. Perry on lead, and a number of the members of this group, which included brothers James, J.D., and Lindbergh Uzzell, or Uzzell, U-Z-E-L-L, would later become the Corsairs of Smoky Places fame. There you go. For Bill Sheriff, for William in our YouTube chat room. There you go, as I messed that up. But let's continue here in 1959 now. Fill a request for listener Gary Hendren in Alabama as we go to Brooklyn, New York now. Now, I remember hearing this group's debut single quite a bit on the Gus Gossard Show in the early 1970s. The song was called Chapel Bells, but Gary requested the follow-up to that. It's their second of three on the Capitol record label. It features Tony Pasalacqua on lead. We go to January of 1959. The Fascinators on the Capitol record label for Gary Hendren. It's called Who Do You Think You Are?
Well, who do you think you are? Breaking my heart. Who do you think you are? Breaking my heart. I loved you once before, right at the start. Who do you think you are? Well, who do you think you are? I loved you so, but then you took my love and let me go. Who did you think you were? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Darling, you love me all along. Tell me, please tell me why you done me wrong. I fell for you, you love me oh so blue. Tell me, who do you think you are? Well, who do you think you are? I love you so, but then you took my love and let me go. Who did you think you were? Who do you think you are? Who do you think
By request for Gary in Alabama, that's the sound of the Fascinators, Tony Pasalacqua on lead. From January 1959, the second of three on Capitol. It's called Who Do You Think You Are is the name of the tune. Well, I am your disc jockey, Johnny G, so I know who I am, and I know who most of you are in the chat room as we continue in the year 1959. Fill a request for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. He's listening down in Mexico for this group called Chris Allen and the Marionettes. Now, I say that Chris Allen is an alias for Phil Flowers. That's what I say, because I think he sounds like him, and he also co-wrote this tune. This is on the Hollywood record label. Yeah, Hollywood Records. It's from June of 1959. The last time I played this was when we had a Blood Moon. And I think I did a special with all records with Moon in the title, which was a long time ago. So anyway, by request for Adrian from June 59, Chris Allen with the Marionettes. It's called Thank You, Mr. Moon, for Adrian.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Mr. Moon.
We fell in love. It happened oh so soon. You made the night light when you gave your light from above. And on a night like this, how could we resist falling in love? You came my way. Now I'll never be alone. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll always love you,
Love you.
Mr. Moon. We started to talk about the weather. Then you set your beam on me. You started a lover's conversation. How lucky can one be? Now we're so happy. The wedding will be real soon. Oh, thank you. I won't forget you, Mr. Moon.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Mr.
There you go. That one there from June 59, Chris Allen and the Marionettes. That one there for Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat. I think that's Phil Flowers because he has releases on this label and he co-wrote that tune. He sounds like him too. Thank You, Mr. Moon is the name of the tune on the Hollywood record label. And we continue in 1959 as we go to Reading, Pennsylvania with another rare 45. This is another expensive record, not many around, but this is a request for Tommy Albergo. This is on Grover Barber and Russ Golding's B Records, and they get the writer credit on this tune. And the group had their debut single back in 1958 on the Chord label with a song called Our Love Is True, and they were known as the, they weren't known as the put who they were, Charlene. So I did, as I draw a blank, the Del Reys. Oh my God, they were known as the Del Reys. But this was their very next release And it features Walter Lockman on lead from February 59 for Tommy Albergo, the Teen Kings on B. This is the ballad side. It's called Tell Me If You Know. This is for Tommy Albergo.
What makes the sun rise? What makes the moon glow? What makes me love you? Tell me if you know. What makes the rain fall? What makes the wind blow? What makes me love you? Tell me if you know. You always try your best to me, and then you laugh at my despair. You always kiss me, then desert me, and yet I'm a fool to care. What makes the stars shine? What makes the skies glow? What makes me love you? Tell me if you know. What makes the rain fall? What makes the wind blow? What makes me love you? Tell me if you know. You always try your best to hurt me, and then you laugh at my despair. You always kiss me, then desert me, and yet I'm a fool to care. What makes the stars shine? What makes the tides burn? What makes me love you? Tell me if you know. Tell me if you know.
There you go. Those are the Teen Kings. That's Walter Lockman on lead. February 59 release on the B record label, Tell Me If You Know. And that one there requested by Tommy Alberga. You might as well just get the red vinyl boot, because that's going to be the only way you're going to find this. It is really hard. Many of the originals that were pressed were destroyed by the record company, and some legal issue or something happened with this record, and this group would later record as the Delights on the Night record label, and then again with an in-demand Northern soul record on Cuppy called Lover, which I do have in the collection, by the way. Let us continue here in 1959. This is a flip side request for listener Emnon. We played the other side for Emnon last week. This group from the Red Hook section of Brooklyn, they were called the Debonaires. This came out on George Goldner's G record label. We heard Will Wait last week, and this is the flip side. And let's see, tune written by Johnny Brandon and Stuart Weiner. The lead singer and pianist on this is Edwin Lamboy from December 59. These are the Debonaires for Emnon. It's called Make Believe Lover on the G label.
You're a make-believe lover, always playing a part. Will you ever discover I've got a real life heart? I pretend that you're faithful, I can make believe too.
so easy pretending. Will it ever come true? I tell myself 1,000 times I should be content, but I can't forget the dreams I had and all the love I said to my make-believe lover. It hasn't been fun. Still a make-believe lover is so much better than none. I tell myself 1,000 times I should be content, but I can't forget the dreams I had and all the love I said to my make-believe lover. Though it hasn't been fun, still a make-believe lover is so much better than make-believe lover. Yes, a make-believe lover. Oh, make-believe lover.
There you go. That one there going out to listener Amnon there. The Sound of the Debonaires. Edwin Lamboy on lead. December 59 on George Goldner's G Records. Make Believe Lover is the name of the tune. Johnny G's Not Your Make Believe DJ here on a Saturday evening. Thank you all for being here. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and tell your friends about it. We are in 1959, and we fill a request for listener Daniel Kubacki, who left a little earlier. He was a little bit under the weather. He's going to have to tune in on the archive as we head to the Bronx, New York for this group. They were managed by Zell Sanders, and they had some pretty cool releases on Johnny Louise Richardson's Dice label. Now, she was the daughter, and of course, she was half of Johnny and Joe of Over the Mountain Across the Sea fame. But this is their fifth release on the Dice label. It features Barbara English on lead from June of 1959. These are the Cliquettes on Dice for Daniel Kubacki. The song is called Grateful.
If I
Yeah, girl group sounds here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go. That one there going out to listener Daniel Kubacki, June 59. That's Barbara English and the Cliquettes on the Dice record label, song entitled Grateful. And I won that. That's a true first press. I won that in a Don Folletti auction. I wasn't going to lose this record because it's rare without the distributed by Memo Records, which I showed you that other one out of the radio station of WPEP. This is a true first press without that distribution on the top. Johnny G here on a Saturday. We are in 1959. Let's go to Springfield, Massachusetts now as we fill a request for listener Joe Shacatano. And this group's debut single came out on Marty Kugel's Click label back in 1958. They also backed up the Mitlow Sisters on the Click record label, but this was their next release on a label called Express Records. It features Major Branch on lead from January of 59. These are the Dream Tones. The Dream Tones on Express for Joe Shacatano. It's called Praying for a Miracle. For Joe.
I am praying for miracles, but miracles don't happen every day. I must realize that miracles don't happen every day. And I never did wrong, but I know this miracle will cause us no harm. A miracle don't happen every miracles don't happen every
There you go. That's going out to Joe Shacatano in our YouTube chat room there. The Dream Tones. That is Major Branch on lead, January 59 on the Express record label. Praying for a Miracle is the name of the tune. They would have one later release after this on the Astra record label. We got one more out of the year 1959. This is a flip side request for listener Edmund Williams. Now, last week he requested the Solitaire's 16th of 18 on High Weiss's Old Town record label called Light a Candle in the Chapel with the great Milton Love on lead. And Milton's also doing lead on the flip side here. And this is for Edmund Williams, September 59, the Solitaires on Old Town. It's called Helpless. This is for Edmund Williams.
helpless, my dear.
without your love to share. I need you ever so near to my heart, yeah. Yeah. Whoa, yeah. I'm so helpless. Whoa, yeah. I'm a helpless baby. A helpless and blue. That's how I'll be without you. So say you'll be ever so true, and we'll never part. Whoa, don't ever leave me, baby, for it would grieve me if you should deceive me. Darling, believe me, I'd go on a crying. No use denying, it's a you, and it always shall be helpless, my love. Sure as there's a heaven above, it's you I will always dream of, now and eternally, yeah. Well, I'm a helpless, wow, I'm so helpless, wow, please don't go, please don't leave me, baby, please don't go, I don't want you to ever leave me, baby, yeah. Please don't go, wow, now.
Wow, that is actually a different sound for the Solitaires there. That's Milton Love on lead. That one they're going out to Edmund Williams in Queens, New York, September 59. The Solitaires on Old Town Records. Helpless is the name of the tune. We continue here. One more out of the year 1959 as we go back to Brooklyn. And it was funny, Gary requested two by the Fascinators. This was their third release on the Capitol record label. Now, you know, the unfortunate thing is that Capitol did not promote this group properly. That's what I say, because they should have had bigger hits. And they only had 3 releases on the Capitol record label, but some of their records were known regionally pretty well. But anyway, this is from July of 59. This is their third release on the Capitol record label. It features, again, Tony Pasalacqua on lead. This is with Jesse Stone and the orchestra. The Fascinators for Gary Hendren in Alabama. Their tune is called Oh, Rose Marie, for Gary.
Oh, Rosemary, won't you try to give your love to me? Don't pass me by. Oh, Rosemary, I've waited so long and faithfully. Don't say it's wrong. Oh, Rosemary, I've made a vow no other love could be. I'll prove it now. Oh, Rosemary, I will never lie to you eternally. My heart is tied. Oh, Rosemary, for all my plea, there's been no answer, though my heart says please. On what you do, my life depends, and with your answer, love starts or ends. Rosemary, I love you, Rosemary, I want you, Rosemary, I want you, Rosemary, oh, Rosemary, please won't you try to give your love to me? Don't pass me by. Oh, Rosemary, I've waited so long and faithfully. Don't say it's wrong.
I always like the Fascinators. I really do. That one there for Gary Hendren in Alabama. That's their third release on the Capitol label. Tony Passalacqua and the Fascinators from July 59. Oh, Rose Marie is the name of the tune. And we are in the year 1960 now. This is an ultra rare record. I have to ask you Cincinnatians if you ever came across this record on on John Marshall's Finch label, which is out of Cincinnati. So Chuck Mitchell or Bob Evans or Butch Ford, if you ever came across this record, because it is an ultra rare record. I was lucky to get this out of Greg's collection. The group is called the Contours, not to be confused with the Motown group out of Detroit. And it came out in 1960, and this is a request for listener Mike Sapin, our YouTube chat room. He wants to send this one out to Lenny G and Rob B. The Contours on Finch, an ultra rare 45. The song is called I Found Love. The Contours, 1960. Ultra rare 45s here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. They're called the Contours. That's the intended A-side, too. The last time I played this, I played the ballad on the flip there. That's by request from Mike Sapin, our YouTube chat room, sending it out to Rob B. and Lenny G. 1960, the Contours with I Found Love. That's on the Finch record label out of Cincinnati, Ohio. I have one more in the year 1960 as we go back out to Los Angeles, California. Now, this is a request for listener David Silberg, and also Casey Hines also had this on his list. All these, this group all met in high school back in 1955, initially recorded as the Jayhawks on the Flash and the Aladdin record label. Then they would change their name to the Vibes in 1958, and then one more name change to the Vibrations. Now, this was first issued on another label, Bet Records, but it again get picked up by Checker Records, and they ended up with 13 releases on the Checker label. And this tune written by Buddy DeSilva, Lou Brown, and Ray Henderson. And it features Richard Owens on lead from May of 1960. Let's give a listen to the Vibrations on Checker. I like this record too. This is for David Silberg and Casey Hines. The song is called So Blue. Those are the Vibrations from May 1960 on the Checker record label. That one there going out to listener David Silberg and also to Casey Hines. So Blue is the name of the tune. As we wind down here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, we move into 1961. Fill a request for listener Timothy in our YouTube chat room. And this song originally released, well, Charlene's got the Zara date here. I don't know the date, Charlene, of the Lost Night, but this one first issued on Lost Night. You would think it was the second press. No, it's not. Zara is actually the second press, although I think people argue this. But anyway, this is an Al Brown, this group discovered by Al Brown, and maybe the master was sold to Lost Night, and then Al Brown got involved with Zara. But the group included Joyce Edmondson, Kathy Miller, Martha Smith, Melvin Smith, and Florence Artis and Jimmy Payson. Collectively, they were known as the Veltones. This is from April 61. This is the better copy. This is on Norm's copy on Lost Night. The song is called Now. This is for Timothy.
Now, if it was now.
Now you know my love to you, brother. Let me go, oh, now I'm so in love with you. Oh, my baby, let me take you out, we'll take a little while. If you promise that I'll make a promise, together we shall be.
That one there going out to Timothy in our YouTube chat room. Those are the Veltones. Veltones from April 61 featured it on the first press, Lost Night Records. And Big Dave Swinger verifies the Zara is the second press. They has the Lost Night stampers in the dead wax. That song is called Now. 4 more 45s to go before we sign off here. And we are in the year 1962. Let's fill a request for listener Ron Harry. This gal, originally from, well, she was born in Newark, New Jersey. Her born Cynthia Coleman, and she recorded first recording in gospel, but she went to secular music in 1954, recording for a number of labels, Timely, Baton, Sir, MGM. And here's one on Morris Levy's Roulette record label. This is produced by Richard Barrett. And this is a request for Ron Harry. Now, the voice that you hear in the beginning of this, I think, is Richard Barrett, who also produced this song. It's from September 62. Let's give a listen to Ann Cole. Ann Cole on Roulette. And I think a girl group backing her up. This is for Ron Harry. It's called Have Fun.
I was down at Mom's Lounge last night, and this young couple stood behind me talking. And as I looked around, there were this beautiful young lady with tears in her eyes, looking at her fella. And the last words I heard her say as she slowly walked away.
Have fun, have fun. Don't worry about me. Let me be forgotten. Oh yeah. Or just a memory. Whoa, whoa. Have fun, have a little fun. Let your heart beat free. Love the one you're loving. Oh yeah. And don't worry about poor me. Whoa, whoa. Friends all say time will heal my pain, and there'll come a day I'll fall in love once again. But in my heart I'll know it could never be so. No one could ever take your place. So have fun, have fun. Oh baby, don't worry about me. Let me be forgotten. Or just a memory. Or just a memory. Whoa, whoa, whoa. A memory.
Hold on, folks. This TV just blew out. You know, I have a TV on in the background there, and if it doesn't change after an hour or two, it kind of like it disconnects. I don't know. Listen, it's still with rabbit ears here. Anyway, that is a great tune. That might be her last record, if I'm not mistaken. But that's September 62. That's by request for Ron, Harry, Ann Cole, and girl group. Morris Levy's Roulette record label, Have Fun. Now, unfortunately for Ann Cole, she was in a serious car accident that ended her musical career. And she was confined to a wheelchair, and unfortunately she would pass away in November of 1986 at the age of 52. But remember her here on the Vinyltreasure Show. 3 more 45s to go before we sign off here on the Vinyltreasure Show. We are in 63. Let's go to Vince Rago's Ritchie record label, which was out of Wilmington, Delaware. I think this group was also local to Wilmington, Delaware. And this is another rare 45. The group is called the Versatones. This is a request for Bob Cruz in Maryland from January 63. The Versatones on the Ritchie label. It's called Will She Return?
From the white cliffs of Dover, I can see all over, but I cannot see the ship that's taking my baby away from me. She has vanished away from me, but not my memory, for love was gone. She will return to me for love. But it's been a long time now. How has she put me down now? Has she found a new love and given up her old love? She has vanished away from me, but not my memory, for love was gone. She will return to me for long.
She has vanished away from me.
For love was gone, she will return to me for long. But it's been a long time now. Has she put me down now? Has she found a new love and given up her old love? She has vanished away from me, but not my memory, for love was gone. She will return to me for long.
There you go. That one there going out to Bob Cruz in Maryland. There's some rare records on this Vince Rago Ritchie record label. That's one of them, January 63. They're called the Versatones. It's called Will She Return is the name of the tune. Two more 45s to go before we sign off here. Let's go out to Los Angeles, California this time with a request for listener Adrian Viterbo, Leon Renee's Class record label. And this singer goes by the name of Richie Dixon, and he wrote this tune from March of 63. Richie Dixon on Class Records for Adrian Viterbo. It's called You Broke My Heart. Richie Dixon. This is for Adrian.
Oh, oh, you done me wrong. You broke my heart. You said you'd always love me and we'd never part. But you know I'm a fool and I'll fall in love no matter what. I played a losing game. I tried to love you. I should have known you'd never be true. But you know I'm a fool and I'll fall in love no matter what. I trusted in you. I thought that you were true, but it turned out all wrong. Oh, why couldn't I see that you didn't love me, that you were just leading me on? Oh, oh, you broke my heart. You said goodbye. You walked out on me. That's why I cry. But you know I'm a fool and I'll fall in love no matter what.
go. By request for listener Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat room. That one there from March 1963. Richie Dixon and a Missing Group. They're missing a group on there. Would have been so much better. It's just a great record. It is a great ballad there, but it's missing a group. That one there on Leon Renee's Class record label, song entitled You Broke My Heart. That's for Adrian. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyltreasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G on this Saturday evening, hearing these requests by you, the listeners. Thank you all for being here. If you do have a request, you can send it to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the best way for me to get your requests, because Charlene doesn't see them all in the chat room, and she doesn't see them all on my YouTube wall, but I do sometimes. But we get bombarded all the time with all the requests, so that is the best way to do it. This is the final show of the week. I'll be back next Wednesday night for the Soul Show beginning at 9 p.m. So if you're into 1960s and early 70s Soul 45s, tune into that program. The 78 show will be the following week, but at a different time. I will put the promo up. I'm going to try it at 3 p.m. See how it goes for that. But anyway, because I can't. I had such a gigantic response for that show. I'm telling you, I did. Thank you all for all your responses, and my mother likes that show a lot, really. She likes those like 1940s records. She does. But thank you all for being here. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing and click that bell to get notifications so you know when Johnny G goes live. I used to do test shows here. I would just test the records, but I just don't have time anymore to do that. But we're going to close the show tonight with it's actually a special dedication, and I don't know their names. I only know the daughter's name, and this is a request. I should say her dad wants to send this record out to their daughter, little Diane. And I was looking for a record that had Diane in the title, and I get her mother corresponding with me because she just found out about the show, and she enjoys it. And they must, they're younger people, which I have a lot of younger people coming into the show just listening to this music, which kind of explains why this show has exploded. Because there's nothing better than this music, I have to tell you, folks, because they don't do this anymore. This is gone, but at least you can hear it and experience the originalness of these records here, and I'm thankful that I have the majority of your requests. So this is by request. Her father, the father of little Diane, wants to send this song out especially to her. So this is for you, little Diane. This group from South Philadelphia, first recording for Jerry Ross's Heritage record label back in 1962, but then they did two on the Laurie label. This was their first, and it features Jack McKnight on lead from January 63. Our closer is the Four Epics on the Laurie label. It's called I Love You, Diane. There you go. So, folks, thank you for being here. Thank you, Charlene, again for all your help. And I will see you next time right here on the Vinyltreasure Show. Everybody have a safe and happy week. Just want to say, so long. This is for little Diane.